Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I'm Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. So I don't have a sample done of this card. I do have everything prepped. So this is a 5x7 Halloween card featuring the Witch Builder Punch that goes with the Bewitching bundle. This here, we are not using any of the stamps, okay? We're just using the hat builder punch, this witchy builder punch here. So we are using scraps, and I do mean scraps. Scraps of soft suede, basic black evening evergreen craft, garden green, and crushed curry. So you can see I've got some punches we're using. That's why I can get away with using such little scraps. Let's go over what you need. So let me get my stuff off of my card base. We have a 7 by 10, 7 this way, 10 this way, scored at 5 for our 5x7 card base. We have its matching envelope. I have a piece of the Gingham Cottage DSP. This is 5x7. I used the largest of the stitched rectangle dies, and I cut me out a square. If you don't have the dies, just cut it out. Or you could layer the cardstock and other DSP on top of this and do the same effect. I had those, so I used them. So we will need DSP number 2 is from the Hostess set, Celebrate Everything. It's an all season. It has this piece in it, which we are using for the star background. This, we are using the 3rd largest rectangle die. So this piece, you will need a piece that's 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 to cut this out. Or just do the, because this sits inside the other one. This is 5 1/8 by 3 3/4. And this piece you already know is 5x7. If you're not going to layer up the stitched rectangle pieces, just do a piece that's 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 and set it on top. So we have a 3rd piece of DSP, which is the same print. I'm just using the reverse side. This is 3 by 4 and 3/8. So that's our 3rd piece of DSP. I did use the stitched rectangle piece to cut this out. Again, like I said, if you don't want to do that, go 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. The 2nd DSP, which is the stars, is 4 by 5 1/4. And that is it for our DSP. Now let's go to the punches. What am I using? I already showed you I'm using the stitched rectangle dies. I used the 3D embossing folder. And I used this little spider web. I have a few pieces in here. I needed something for a stencil. If you have the paper pumpkin set, there is a spider web in there that you could use as a stencil. So if you don't have it, or if you have a spider web that, because we're going to do some stenciling on our black hat with white. So I used the bow punch and I used the reindeer punch, believe it or not. I also brought in this retired crescent moon and stars punch. And I'm going to show you how to go about making your own crescent moon if you do not have the punch. So we're going to use this scrap. So what you will need is either the layering circle dies. You need a circle. You will need a handle if you're using a punch, by the way. So I'm just going to grab myself a handle. Take a smaller circle, and you're just going to get that in there and punch it again, and you have a crescent moon. Voila! I will show you mine that I'm using, but look at that. It's a crescent moon. It's almost identical. It's uncanny. So very easy to recreate a crescent shape. Just for the quickness and easy, I brought down my old retired punch. So that's for our crescent moon. Let me set these punches to the side because we've already seen them. Okay, next we have this reindeer builder punch. And I use, you can see it makes these little reindeer antlers. So I told you scraps. I wasn't lying. I have this little tiny piece of evening evergreen scrap. I stuck it in here. Now, I only want this, this, and this, and I'm going to have to do some cutting. So, but just to make it easier, I'm not trying to get the whole antler. So, there we go. Maybe I should bring the camera down a bit. Let's see. So you guys can get a better look. So here is my antler. Take my snips and I'm going to snip off this one here. This is for my pumpkin, okay? So next we have the leaf builder punch. I'll have a piece of evening evergreen in that one. And I'm going to show you what I did for this. Also with this scrap here. I just want these 2 leaves. So I want this leaf and that little tiny one. So I'm going to stick it in here like so. And just punch those 2. That's all I want from that. And like I said, I'm using scraps here for this. I took this and I punched, you'll see a bunch of little black ones. I don't think my scrap, I think my scrap piece is in the garbage. I will show you. Okay. This is where I die cut my little spider web just to show you what it looks like. I think we're going to use this one on it. I was going to use one of the other ones, but they're not black. So we're going to go ahead and use this one. Just wanted to show you what it die cut. I punched my stars and I punched me a black hat. Now the reason why I did not punch any of these hats is, I will show you real quick and then we'll get to creating this card, is they all go this way. I wanted my hat to go that way, so I had to flip the paper over. So, little, not big dilemma. So, let's get started on, okay, I forgot one more thing. I'm making myself a broom. This is the second time I've done this. I have embossed this. Let me see if I put it on here, if you can see it better. You can see that detail with the timber embossing folder. I'll show you that. It's a very large folder. For such a little bit of what I have done, I've made myself a little bitty broom here. I embossed that too. I cut it first and I'm going to show you with the black. No, let's see. What do I have? That's a scrap piece. I have this. So all I did to make my broom stick is I took my scissors and I wobbly cut out just like this. I turned it around and I went down the other direction. Oops, that needs to come in more. So just like, you know, an old tree branch. And then I ran it through the embossing folder. Then I made myself a square. You will need, I forgot, you will need, well, you don't necessarily need French scissors. So I wanted it flat here, but I needed it not to be perfect triangle, but triangle-ish. Okay. Then you take it and you cut yourself some slits in this. And I went back after I made my cuts and I made more cuts in it to the ones that I could. Then I ran it through the embossing folder. Then I took it and I gave it a good wiggle those fibers up. Okay. So that, my friends, is exactly how I made my broomstick. Now you can put the broom handle. I'm choosing to do it like that because we'll have layering things over my broom. But this one is in soft suede. This is, I don't know, it's some retired piece of cardstock. Okay, so my hat brim is made from a very small scrap bit. I think it's already in the scrap bin of craft, because I wanted just a bit of a difference of color in there. And like I said, we have all the stars. So we're going to bring in some scratch paper, because we're going to do a little bit of sponging. So let's move all of my pieces up there. We need our broom and our broom handle. We're going to need this. And we're going to need some, either a sponge dauber. Let's see. I wanted to go over the broom. Oh, where is the color? I don't think any of these are the colors I want. So it might be, I just ordered some more sponge daubers. We're going to go, I wanted to do early espresso, which I know I have a dauber in there. I just don't know which one it is. I'll just use this. We're going to use early espresso for our broom, and we are going to use our white, craft white that is, if I can find mine, for our hat. So we're going to do the hat first because it's going to take a minute to dry. I need a little piece of a sponge that isn't used yet. So I'm going to start by using the center of my spider web, and I am just going to sponge, and I'm going to bring it all the way out over the hat. I like that little speckly look on it. And you take it away, you get the effect of the spider web. That's what we wanted. So you can see our brim is going to go right here. And I wish I had a teeny tiny little, I might have one. Hold on. I'm like, I wish I had a little teeny tiny spider, but I have a little bag of confetti my girlfriend gave me. This was for last year for a project I did for the Boys and Girls Club. Is there a spider in here? Everything. Guess we could do a ghost. Everything but a spider. I guess we could put the little ghost. We'll use the little ghost. Or we could use the pumpkin. We'll have to see which one we want. Otherwise, there's a little black witch, and we don't need that. This is just some little confetti. She knew I was doing things for the Boys and Girls Club. So we're all done with our witch's hat, and we're going to close up that white. Ooh, we have a bat. We could use a bat. All right, now we're going to scoot all that aside, bring in our broom. Now I'm going to try it on the reverse side first, which I want the groove where the grooves are going in on the outs, but I'm going to try the early espresso for what I was thinking I was going to do. I want to just, oh, I already know. That's a definite. Okay, I just wanted to try it. So I'm just going to take it, sponge off a bit, and rub it over my broomstick. Run it over the broomstick. You really won't have to ink it up more than once. And we're going to do the same to the bristles of our broom. Might need a little bit more of there. Oh, it's so cool. Okay. I love doing things like this. Just love it. Something different. It's not going to take long to put it together. So let's grab our DSP pieces. And that's all we are doing. So put those back in their little jar. Excuse me, let's grab my combo. We're going to be using both the big bottle and the little bottle today. So we are going to start by gluing our largest piece. Oh, you know what? We could put this up, we're going to pop it up on dimensionals just because I can. Because it will look super cool. And we're going to get the long strippy things. Well, I cut mine down, so they're not long strippy things, really. We're going to use some of these strips on the sides. So we're going to put... This is where if I had left them together, let's see if I can pull you up now. So you can see the entire project. There we go. I just keep it there and put it there. And we need one more. Oh, we can use them all the way around it. But no, we're just using them here and there. And we're going to cut some more. There. Two more pieces. They don't need to be connecting. It just so happens that that's where. And then we'll put dimensionals on this side. 3 of them in the center. So 1, 2, and 3. Trying to make sure it stays in camera view. So we're going to peel all of the backs off. If you're wondering what I did to my finger, I was cutting with some kitchen shears. Actually, they're poultry shears. To cut the breastbone of the chicken, and I cut my finger, so that's why it's all wrapped up. And I've been working in the yard. I need to go back out there. I've got a lot of things to transplant before it gets too cold. Bulbs to put in the ground for next year. So I'm going to stand my card up, stand this up, and I'm going to start by trying to get it aligned. This doesn't always, it works great with glue, liquid glue, because you can simply, you know, move it around. But this time it worked great. So now we're going to recess this piece by setting it in that little dimension. We're going to plop this down. Large bottle of Tombow this time, which it's wanting to work today. It's not giving me, must have got all the goobers out of it. So I'm going to plop this down. Use my bone folder. So that's nicely recessed in. Next, we're going to put this piece, see, it's the same piece, but other side, same design, just we're using the opposite side this time. So we're going to put dimensionals on here. Sometimes I look at these dimensionals when I pull them away from a sheet, and it kind of bothers me, and I have to tell myself it's okay that they're not used from one side to the other, because I can get a little OCD about certain things, and some things just, like right now, it's like, okay, that piece needs to come off right about here. I can use that in here. What this is also going to do is allow me to use dimensionals by recessing this panel, lifting this up. This will be even, and then I can add more dimension on top of this card by doing it that way. Make sure they're all off. So I'm just eyeballing it, getting it roughly in there where I want. Okay, we are starting with our broomstick. Our broomstick is going at a diagonal, kind of like so. So we are going to start by gluing this down. This can get full strength. Oh, so cool. Just so happy with my little broomstick. Little things make me happy. Believe it or not, it's taken me, now that I said it was working fine, now it's like, that's what you think. So first, glue down your handle. Oh, sorry. No, we have a pumpkin. I found this in my Halloween stuff. We want our pumpkin behind. Yes, our pumpkin goes behind our broomstick. Can't tell you where this is. Any pumpkin would do. You can make yourself a pumpkin. I'm going to show you that. I meant to do that. I forgot it was over here, the side underneath something. My goodness, Tombo. You are not being nice. So I'm popping this out. I'm letting it come off this because that's fine. Now we're going to glue our little broomstick down. Just need it on a few spots, like it's resting against our pumpkin. Okay, so we have our pumpkin stem in this deep dark evening evergreen color. Gonna slide that up there at a kind of a cocky little angle. Then we're bringing in the garden green little leaves because I wanted a little variation in color there. No need to wiggle it. It's just adding a little bit to our wee little card here. What else we got? Let's get to, probably can add, let's get our crescent moon going on. And our crescent moon might have to go this way. Though that's not, I wanted it over here. I wanted this behind it. Can I get that up? Oh, yes. Okay. Our crescent moon's going up in that corner. Should have put that there first, y'all. So if you go to try to make this card, put your crescent moon in your pumpkin because they're, I think, the same color actually. Oh my goodness. This has been the worst bottle of Tombow ever. Alright, so we're going to put our crescent moon there. Our broom is now going, because it's resting. The moon is in the background. We have a spider web to put here. We want it totally, or we'll have to see. Maybe I should have put the spider web. We'll have to think about where the spider web's going to go. Probably right about there. And our witch's hat, or we could put it, yeah, we're going to put it right there. That's where I originally wanted it, but I wasn't sure the black on black. I didn't think about that. I could have done this in smoky slate, would have been really perfect for the spider web. So we're going to lay our spider web down. Our hat is going to be at a resting position, but let's get our brim on our hat. So cute. This is what I wanted to pop up. Yeah. I know we got a lot of stuff going on down here. A lot. But that's okay. We have our little ghost we can put on here. Our little pumpkin we will probably stick in the center of our hat. And our little bat is going to be flying that away. I wonder if I got any more little bats in there. But we're going to do, before I go any farther, we're going to get our hat going. So our hats, I need dimensionals. 1 is not going to cut it. 2, And now I can use that up. Excuse me. All right, there we go. Now we can place our witch's hat at an angle. You can still see our little spider web going on. That I'm going to adhere with some glue dots. My hands are getting sticky, so I need my container. Oh, there it is. Sometimes I don't put it always in the same spot. You would think I would, but that doesn't always happen. So I'm going to take a glue dot, stick it in the center of my hat. I'm going to stick this little confetti pumpkin on there. So cute. Okay, so we are going to do some, let's do my bat. I want kind of like him flying away from there. But I'm thinking I need some black up here. So we're going to fly him right there. Just because I think that's where he needs to be. So there's our little bat. We have a little ghost, which we could put over here. We have so much on that left side. Let's go with stars. Let's start doing our stars. So we're going to need a star here, a star here, and a star there to start. And I brought in a couple of different stars. So we're going to put, nope, I don't want orange. Don't want that one on there. Where's my little needle? Sometimes, you guys, it's like crazy, crazy, crazy what I can lose and what. Let's just use that. We don't want that there. I had these little ones. Yes, okay. And then I want a large black one right there. Oh, let's do a little yellow one of crushed curry. Probably should have had that one there. I'm going to do a black one there. I don't know if I want the crushed curry there either, so let's just do black, black, much better. Do I want any more stars? I could do there. I'm just trying to get it placed there, and another one. I would love to do one there, but that's just not gonna happen with my OCD tendencies. Is like, that's not happening. Okay, we're gonna put one up here in this corner. Yikes. Just making a little Halloween night sky. Stay there. So, so cute. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love my witch's broom, y'all. It is so darn cute. You could have done the hat in a lighter color had you wanted. But I like it speckled with that white for the spider web. And that is it, except we're going to do some Wink-a-Stella. We're going to Wink-a-Stella our stars, of course. And the moon needs to shine. I want to make sure I get it all on there. Make sure it's nice and sparkly. We're going to do our hat brim inside our little pumpkin mouth. Thank you, Miss Jackie, for all the goodies. I'm still using them. Let's see. We're going to do our little leaves to get a little bit of shimmering down there. Now, I don't think this card needs a sentiment. I don't want to put one. I could put a little ghost. Do we want to put the little ghost? We could do the little ghost coming out of the broom. Oh, yeah, that's a cute little surprise. So because of what it is, we need to do that with a glue dot, because it's this plastic confetti stuff. Wow. Just, that's cute. Okay, it needed that down there. I'm so happy, guys. I just love it. I don't think it needs anything, any sentiment. It says it all. It's Halloween, right? So anyways, that is my card. The inside, I'm sending this to Miss Jackie. I'm going to wait. I'm going to just write open just stuff in here for my friend. Anyways, so I hope you liked this video. I absolutely love it. And didn't take too long. But if you did, give me a thumbs up, would you? And would you let me know what you think? I love to know your comments. I love reading them. It totally, I can't even explain to you. First thing I do in the morning is I check all the comments. I check them in my email account. And I love that. That's how I wake up in the morning. And it is a wonderful, wonderful way to wake up and read what people think of my projects. I am so over the moon about it. And if you are interested in a card exchange, I'll be posting a video, a short one, just on what the card exchange is. It is different from a card swap. It is where you actually mail cards to the other participants from your home, and they mail their cards back out. They don't all have to be the same card. They can be a different card to every person. So I'll be getting that ready here shortly, and come visit me again in my Wonderland. Bye-bye now.